Hello, my friends. Welcome once again to the English Flow podcast. I'm Leo, and today I'd love to take you on a special journey. It's the kind of journey that every English learner imagines, the path from knowing almost nothing to finally speaking English smoothly and with true confidence. Now, I get this question all the time. Leo, what's the best way to start learning English? Should I begin with grammar rules or focus on learning new words? Should I read novels, watch movies, or jump straight into speaking with others? All fantastic questions. But here's the truth. Trying to do everything all at once can leave you feeling confused and discouraged. That's why, in this episode, I'll walk you through a clear path, a step-by-step route from the early beginner stages to the point where English feels natural and fluent. Think of this journey like building your dream home. You can't hang up curtains until you've built the walls, and you can't build the walls until the foundation is strong and stable. Learning English follows the same rule. So, let's get started together. All right, let's talk about that first layer, the foundation. If your base is weak, everything else will fall apart, right? Picture this. You construct a stunning house with doors, glass windows, even colorful artwork on the walls. But the ground beneath it is unstable and soft. What's going to happen? It collapses. And that's exactly what happens if you try to learn advanced English before mastering the essentials. You can't start with complicated sentence structures, academic essays, or rapid conversations. You must begin with something simple and steady, a small but powerful base that supports all the learning that comes later. So what is that foundation in English? It's the basic essentials, just a handful of everyday words and practical phrases that you can use in real-life situations. Let's imagine you arrive in an English-speaking country. You step off the airplane. You walk into a little cafe. You want to order a drink. What do you say? You don't need complex grammar here. You don't need long, elegant sentences. All you need is something clear and direct. I'd like some water, or can I have coffee, please? That's it. Then later you're on the street looking for the train station. You're lost. You stop someone and ask, "Where's the station?" Or "Where can I get the bus?" Short, helpful, and straight to the point. This is what I mean by the foundation. Survival English. Words like eat, go, need, and expressions like, "How much is this?" "I don't get it," or "Please help me." It's not about memorizing thousands of words yet. In fact, studies say that just 500 to 1,000 of the most commonly used English words are enough to get you through most basic conversations. You won't be able to discuss science or politics, but you'll survive. You'll be able to buy something, ask for directions, explain what you want, and reply to easy questions. At this point, don't obsess over grammar rules. Don't panic if you mix up tenses or forget articles. And don't worry if you're not speaking fast yet. That speed will come in time. Right now, just focus on absorbing the key vocabulary and simplest sentence patterns. And here's something wonderful. Once you begin using even basic English in real situations, something changes in your brain. Suddenly, English doesn't feel like a giant mountain. It becomes something useful, something real, something that belongs to you. So how do you build this solid base? The answer is repetition. Repetition is your closest ally in language. Learning. Listen to short and simple English dialogues again and again. Repeat them slowly and with care. Speak them out loud until they feel comfortable and natural in your mouth. You can also try shadowing, a powerful technique where you listen to a sentence and try to repeat it at the same time, like an echo. Yes, it feels odd in the beginning, but trust me, it works. With every repetition, your mouth, ears, and brain begin to sync. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes mean you are stretching, growing, and learning something new. So, if you're just starting out, stay in this stage a little longer. Don't rush. Lay a strong foundation. Because once that's done, the rest, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, will rise on top of it. Okay, let's return to the house we're building. Your foundation is set. It's strong and solid. But of course, you can't live on just a concrete base, right? Imagine sleeping outside in the cold with no walls to protect you, no roof above, no windows around. That's not enough. This brings us to the next step, building the structure. These are the walls, the rooms, the shape of the house. And in English, this means moving beyond survival phrases. You now start to expand your vocabulary and use grammar to make richer, more expressive sentences. For example, maybe you already know how to say, "I go to school." That's great. But now life demands more than just the present. You'll need to say what happened in the past or what will happen in the future. So instead of always saying, "I go to school," you begin to say, "I went to school yesterday," or "I'll go to school tomorrow," or "I'm going to school now." Do you see the transformation? You're not stuck in the present anymore. You're able to travel through time using language. You can explain what you did, what you're doing, and what you will do. That's the power of building your structure. At this point, balance is key. You need to balance input and output. Input means reading and listening. This is what feeds your brain. Without input, your vocabulary won't grow. But if you only take in information and never speak, you won't be able to express yourself clearly. That's why output, speaking and writing, is so important too. This is how your brain uses the energy it gathers. But again, if you only focus on speaking without reading or listening, you'll hit a wall. You'll keep saying the same things over and over again because you're not learning anything new. So here's what to do. Start your day with a podcast. Maybe this one. Read short news articles, dialogues from books, or short stories. Then, write a few sentences about your day. Talk to a friend and explain something you learned in English. And don't forget about shadowing. It's even more useful now. Shadowing isn't just about repeating words. It's training your entire system. Your tongue, your brain, your ears. They all begin to work as a team. Start slow, then increase the speed. Eventually, you'll catch the rhythm, the flow, the music of English. And that's when something amazing happens. English stops feeling like a school subject. It begins to feel real, alive, like a part of your daily thinking and speaking. You're no longer just memorizing random words. You're using English to talk, to feel, to connect. You're not just building sentences anymore. You're expressing your ideas, your emotions, your stories. At this level, don't rush. You don't build a house in one day. Take your time. Add a few new words daily. Practice different tenses. Speak just a little more than yesterday. And soon you'll notice the shape of your house is taking form. Your language has structure. And you'll begin to feel something deeper. You'll feel the flow of the language. And remember, always keep listening. The more you hear natural English, the more you soak up, without even realizing it. Phrases, rhythms, sentence patterns, they begin to stick, even if you're not trying to memorize them. Now let me pause here to talk about something important. At this stage, many learners feel stuck. They understand quite a lot. They can read books, they can follow podcasts, they can even have conversations. But they still make mistakes. They forget words. they don't feel completely fluent, and they start to think, maybe I'm not good enough. Let me tell you honestly, those mistakes, they're not a failure. They're a sign that you're moving forward. If you can tell a story in English, even with some mistakes, you're already ahead of most people who never try. So please, Ari, don't be embarrassed. Don't hide your mistakes. Celebrate them. They mean you're using English in real life, not just studying it in theory. Now, here's the final stage, making your English sound natural. By now, you've built your foundation. You've built your walls. You have a home you can live in. But now, it's time to decorate. You want your English to feel smooth, expressive, and alive. This is when you focus on pronunciation, not just what you say, but how you say it. You begin to notice the rise and fall of sentences, the melody of English. You learn how native speakers link their words together. So instead of saying, "What do you want to do?" you learn to say, "What do you want to do?" These are small changes, but they make a big difference. They give your English flow. They make it sound real. Your vocabulary keeps growing too, to 8,000 words or more. But the way you learn words changes. You don't study lists anymore. You pick up new words through books, shows, podcasts, or conversations. These words stay with you because they're connected to real-life moments. And grammar. You don't need to stop and think. You don't ask, should I use past perfect? Here. You just feel it. It comes naturally. It's like walking. You don't think about moving your legs. You just move. That's when you know English isn't just something you're learning. It's part of who you are. And that, my friends, is the journey from beginner to fluent speaker. Start by laying a strong foundation with simple words and phrases. Then raise the walls with more vocabulary and consistent practice. Fill the rooms with real-life language. Decorate with smooth pronunciation and natural flow. And finally, live in your English. Make it your home. The secret is to go step by step. Don't rush. Don't try to jump ahead. Each stage prepares you for the next. Thanks for spending time with me today. If you found this episode helpful, hit that follow button, share it with someone, and come back tomorrow for more. And always remember, learn slow, practice daily, and your fluency will grow. I'm Leo, and this is English Flow Podcast. Talk to you soon.